What up? What up? What up? Happy Easter Sunday to y'all. Today is always kind of special to me because I was born on Easter Sunday. But I know a lot of y'all probably don't celebrate Easter, and that's fine. But it was a great day when I was born into this world. What up, Mackids and Maniacs? What's going on? Good weekend for sports, good boxing, good hockey, good NBA basketball, good Major League Baseball. The Dodgers off to a good start, 7-2, good start. Great lineup. I love the Dodgers. I'm happy where they at right now. What up, Torrey, Palm Trees, Skyler, Brian Kincaid, Antonio, Robert Richards, Mark Smith, the greatest, Archangel, and everybody else coming up into this room right now, man. I wanted to talk about that fight, but I also wanted to talk about Chris Paul going off. Old Chris Paul, CP3, still got a little something left in the tank. Chris Paul, very accurate from beyond the arc, decided to put the team on his shoulder, and he came through. He looked good. He looked young, and just makes the whole Westbrook to the Lakers thing look a little funny. But Eyeball Torres, what's up, man? Spooked by the door, what up? Yes, we Dodgers are back on, man. We back on. Let's talk boxing. First of all, does your microphone work? Because we know your camera don't work, but does your microphone work, Henny God? Because you can't talk if you're not coming on here with me, right? James Hudson, what up? Anyway, the Melvin Farmer video is doing average, the average Kevmac video views and comments and likes, but Melvin Farmer has a lot of information, man. He remembers a lot of names, a lot of dates. Uh, he got tripped up a couple times, a couple small things where he stuttered, but man, I wish my memory was a quarter, a fourth of Melvin Farmer's memory, man. And you know what I like about Melvin Farmer's interview so far? Cutes and Barefoot Pookie both told me great interview. They enjoyed the interview. Do you know how hard it is to get everybody, all the triple OGs and double OGs to like a video? Big Mia said he liked it. He said, good job. Man, it's so hard to get everybody to like an interview. And I noticed in the comments, one guy said, nothing new, interview somebody different. Well, I understand that. I don't have a problem with that. I'm sure there's probably other people that feel the same way. But for the sake of history and what me and S-Mac are doing, we trying to solidify that West Side history. Because you get all these different accounts and you can line them up and you can get a great idea of what's true and what's not true and a sequence of events. And also, Melvin introduces names that we haven't heard before. And Melvin's the first person that I really heard put a lot of people in professional sports. And so if you haven't seen part two, part three is coming up next. And he puts more names in part three that actually made it in professional sports. So that's different. Because I damn sure didn't know James Lofton went to Washington High School or was born in 1956. So that's significant as far as all the other guys that went to Washington High, born in 56 and in the area, have never even mentioned James Lofton on kevmacvideos. So I thought that was unique. And later on, he'll get into the gangster crip and he'll get into the A-Trade 9-0 gangster thing and get into being Big Rick's friend when Big Rick's little brother get killed. The war doesn't crack off immediately. However, I talked to Mumpy and Mumpy disagrees. Mump feels like the war was immediate. So I don't know whose timeline is off and whose is not off, but they both talk about the same incident. So they're talking about the same incident, but obviously somebody date is messed up. No egg on your forehead could let the kids put one on, but okay. No diss to you in Skull's interview. Snaps. I mean, you know what, Austin, Texas? I'm so used to you after all these years. Even when you're not trying to diss, you diss. Or when you diss, you pretending like you don't diss. So it is what it is. You know, you're one of the few that complain about a $2.99 membership. So it's no big deal, Austin, Texas. You have a right to your opinion. You have a right to comment in the comment section and to not subscribe. So shout out to you, Austin, Texas, for at least sticking around all these years and always having something to say about every little thing. Uh, you also seemed a little stuck and backed up and insecure about your rolling 40 Avalon Gangster Crip girlfriend, right? But it's all good, homie. It's all good. We ain't tripping. I'm trying to take a much calmer and cooler approach to things, seeing how I get blamed for every mishaps and I'm so biased and I don't let people speak and I'm unfair. I mean, I get so much of that I've decided I'm not going to worry about it no more. But at the same time, I'm going to make sure I turn it down a notch just to be all right with it. All right. So that's what it is, Austin, Texas. But some interesting comments. A lot of people going back watching the Bebop Watts interview now and breaking that down. Maybe some things were in that video that people didn't catch the first time around. But a lot of shootings going on in LA right now, in Compton. It's definitely 2022, man, and I wish some of my older friends and allies and rivals would just mature up just a little bit, right? Just a little bit, right? But we'll see. We'll see how this Melvin Farmer interview turn out, man. Because it's a lot more. It's actually a lot more, man, to this interview. I already put out an hour. There's still probably 2 more hours. Mac, you just questioned during the video. You barely speak a lot or over anyone. Yeah, my method is to let people talk because when you let them talk, they'll say things that you won't ask about. And so you'll never get it out of them. When you interrupt them, a lot of times, like me personally, if I interrupt somebody, I'm gonna forget where they were going, right? So I don't do that. If you can remember where they were going, it's all right to interrupt them and remind them, well, you were saying this, and that way you don't miss nothing. But when you cut people off, you definitely miss some information. It happens a lot. And the crazy part, for example, if I cut somebody off, right? I cut them off. I know I cut them off. I may say, excuse me, sorry, didn't mean to do it, or I may not. But that's it with me. Like, I know it's done. I know I interrupted him. I know I'm not going to get that information no more. It's over with. But I noticed in these interviews, in the comments, especially on older videos, I'm noticing people always get cut off when the audience wants to hear what they were about to say. And in some instances, people assume what they were going to say and say you messed the interview up. But we don't never really know what they were going to say. If we knew what they were going to say, the interview wouldn't be messed up because you already knew what he was going to say. You already knew the information. So there's nothing messed up about that. OG Bam, what up, homeboy? But I like a lot of information Skull was able to bring out, verify, or dispute. He does have something interesting coming up later on that me and SMAC and a lot of people are going to disagree with. But nevertheless, that's his story. He was there, we wasn't. And his story is going to be published. KM, you and Melly B. Who's Melly B? Eyeball Taurus, good looking out. My brother, Kevmac, you are real cool people, man. Stay on your shine, man. I appreciate it. Boy, you had a little weight on you when you was young. And you had a little color on you when you was young. Man, what happened? Did you move to Alaska? Oh, you moved up north, right? That's how you got light, man. You wasn't always a weirdo, homie. You was my color. I'm looking at the screen, me and you the same color, eyeball. But yeah, it looked like you had a little weight on you, man. I had a little weight on me too when I was about 4 months, 6 months old. But I think mom's changed my diet or something. What happened with Cartoon and that other dude? Nothing happened. KM, you and Melly ever think about doing a doc on Compton? No, I would leave Compton up to the Compton residents to do Compton. I'm not going to step in and try to do no Compton documentary. Absolutely not. What happened with Cartoon? Did you ever meet Freeway Rick Ross in his day? I didn't meet Freeway Rick Ross in his day, but I did meet Freeway Rick when he paroled. I'm talking about like fresh out the gate. Cali, Oregon, Cutingas. Yeah, man, you went up to Oregon and got a little light on me. I ain't mad at you, though. Nothing more. Let me see. Somebody said something about some excuses. Excuse the mistakes. You keep the interviews clear for them to expand. You also ask key historical questions as new facts come up. Yeah, we do that. We're going to always do that. Although I feel like most of the facts, I mean, the general facts, we already had years ago. But yeah, new facts that come out or new versions of stories, yeah, we try to get people to expand on that, at least correct some information or make it clear. And as you can tell, the Melvin Farmer interview and some of the other interviews is mainly SMAC asking the questions. I may ask a couple, but I just go ahead and let him go his route and do him, because I always say his memory is a lot better than mine. His timeline is better than mine. His geographics are better than mine. His whole everything is better than mine. I think the unique thing that I bring to the table is that I've talked to so many different people from different hoods, and the fact that I am creative and innovative. So I think we just a perfect match personally. And I think I could ask more questions and cut in on some of his, but SMAC draws an interview out. And so it's kind of not no reason for me to really jump in there and make it longer or take it a different direction. Once he gets going, it's like a car going in drive. You don't just stop and put it in reverse, tear your transmission up. So you just let it keep going and get a smooth ride out of it. But yeah, we got lots of questions, lots of research, lots of history together that we learn and share together and things like that. And then you got to remember, there's always literature. Some of these things were talked about in Tookie's book. A lot of these things were talked in Monster Cody's book, City of Courts, Crips, and stuff like that. Kev Mac, Mexicans who join Crip or blood gangs and go to prison, do they join the Mexicans or black gangs? It depends how much pressure they get, depends who they are and where they from. I've seen both. I've actually seen both. Actually seen some black Serrano gangs where the majority roll Serrano, but a couple of them will roll black, even though they're from a Serrano gang. So it differs. I don't think it's no one way that you can call it. And then two, you guys always got to remember, if you've never been to prison or you have been to prison but forget, I've never been to a level 4. So from my understanding, level 4 politics is a little bit different from level 3 and a lot different from a level 2. I've never been to a level 1. So I don't know the politics on a level 1. Just the 2 and the 3. And I didn't spend a lot of time on the 3. Uh, so I can't really, when I speak on politics or answer your question regarding the different politics or how prison in California operates, you got to remember, in case I don't make it clear, I haven't been on a level 4. So things could be a little bit different. So whatever I say, whatever answer I give you, whatever experience I have, what I really know about, because I did more time on level 2, may not apply to a level 4. Did the Serranos or others try to recruit you when you were locked up? No, they never try to recruit me, but I've got a story. I know y'all getting tired of hearing that. I got a story I've been wanting to tell, just haven't got around to it. It's similar to Suave and all those dudes, man, where the Serranos actually hit me up. That's happened many a times, many a times. And for whatever reason, I can't tell you why, but for whatever reason, when they hit me up, I usually get offended and I'll go hard on the Black Power tip, knowing I'm not like no BGF or no Northern California Panther or nothing like that. But my Black heritage comes out of me real quick. Happy Easter, Lady P. Happy Easter. Yeah, but when they hit me up, they don't call me essay though. They don't call me that because they're not knowing, and that's why they're hitting me up. But those dudes ain't shy, man. They be like, "What's your daddy? What's your mama?" Like them is already fighting words, basically. Like you questioning what my mama and my daddy is, fool. What's your mama or your daddy? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've been through that. I talked to a couple of Black people that been through the same thing. They get irritated as well. But I don't think it's no disrespect from the Southsiders. I just think the Southsiders are trying to run a tight ship and keep their people in line. East Riverside in the building. What up, bro? You ever run across any Pomona Crips? Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely ran across Pomona Crips. I was in the county jail with Space Ghost, but I've never been to prison with Space Ghost. Black Warrior Spirit, yes sir, yes sir. Well, they think Cutes is Cuban a lot, from my understanding. Hugo Pinel look-alike, right? Cocaine is a Pomona cup rib. I think it's kind of compliment that they're happy to try to link you. A compliment? I don't see it as no compliment. I just see them as trying to keep their stuff in order, keep their people in line. Cali, the only place race wars went from prison yard to middle school yards in SoCal. You know, that's very interesting. Very, very interesting because there's a lot of truth to that. I would like somebody to be able to break that down and really expound on that, right? Because that's true from my experience. You have any stories on the Pomona homies? Not really. Not really. But Ran across quite a few though. No, I don't bet on boxing, man. You know my no, I don't bet on boxing. I bet on Floyd Mayweather. Bet on a couple other fights before Floyd, but that's about it. Because Floyd was the easy. Floyd was gonna go over a certain amount of rounds and was gonna win the fight. So those was always easy. If I was able, I'd claim Kev Mac. And then see, Floyd was didn't always have heavy odds because everybody, Floyd had a lot of haters, even in the betting game. So his odds wouldn't be huge like they are now. Like you're gonna bet like 550 to win 100 on a good fighter. Maybe more, maybe a little less. But you could catch Floyd and he barely be favorite. So that was the good thing about Floyd Mayweather. Betting on Floyd was like betting on the house. No, it wasn't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Betting on Floyd was actually a great bet a lot of times. I'm not going to say every time, but a lot of times it was easy to bet on Floyd because everybody used to hate Floyd. They used to think Floyd was going to lose. People used to want Floyd to lose. If you look at his fight list back when he fought Zab Judah, Manny Pacquiao, and many others, Shane Mosley, and many others, people were saying Floyd was going to lose. So, no, it was not like betting on the house. Yeah, I'm not saying Floyd was really an underdog, but Floyd was barely favored a lot of times. So that was the bet. That was the bet. If you could take Floyd and you could, some casino let you parlay it, not all casino, and you could parlay it to the under. I mean, the over. I'm sorry, the over. Whatever the rounds was to the over, there's a good chance she was going to win. What's the deal, Kev, Mac, Maniacs, and Mac Heads? Happy Easter to all. Hope everybody got to enjoy the family and eat good. My daughter sent me pictures, made me kind of proud, made me happy. She sent me pictures. I should have put them on here to show them. But she sent me pictures of her and my grandson. They actually went to my father's side of the family for Easter. So I love her for that because they just don't deal with my father's side of the family. A lot of times, not even my mother's side of the family. They deal with their mother's side of the family, right? But to see her and my grandson with their cousin and their aunties was a pleasure to see. Now, the one cousin who was there, Reese Dog, what up? I always tell her she looks like my cousin. And now they got to take a picture together, and they really don't look alike in the picture. However, their hair is just alike. Their hair and their cheekbones are just alike. So, and she's much older than me, so I was glad they was able to spend time with them. And then my aunties, they're getting up there in age, so they got to see what their nephew's son, grandson look like. So that was a pleasure. Though. Glad to see it. Wish I could have been there. Happy. Oh, the reason why I wasn't there is because my auntie wanted everybody to show that they had a fresh COVID test. I'm like, I'm not going to take no test just to be with my family. I'm not doing that. Been missing out on YouTube. Do you have any more story? You got me hooked on. Actually, I do, man. I do got some more stories, but just haven't had time. And when I say I haven't had time, please understand this. I have time. I just spend so much time to myself. I do a whole lot of nothing. I need that nothing time. I need that laying in the bed, thinking, and being by myself time. So sometimes that takes away from me being able to put these stories together. So But yeah, I got some stories, man, I want to tell. I actually had wrote them all down, and then I lost the paper that I wrote them down on, but I can remember some. I know I want to tell a fight with a smoker story. I know I want to tell why my father would never come visit me. Um, I want to tell Mumpy's baseball story. So that's three. See, I can't really remember the other ones, but that's three at least. Oh man, Kev Mack is a true hermit. That's what my homeboy always called me, man, a hermit. Now I got another homeboy that calls me a hermit. I mean, I can't be mad at it. I guess that's what I am, right? Even Suge calling me a hermit. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. I'll be needing that time to myself. But you know the best time? The best time for me being by myself is actually driving. Long drives. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hour drives. Man, them are the good ones. That's when I really get to think a lot and do some self-searching and really look at my mistakes, look at what I could do differently, look to be creative, uh, understand why I should be thankful. And anytime that I'm not thankful, I have to understand why I was in that situation. And the why is always because of me. It's either because of me or I don't even want to put it out there. Let's just say a female. It's either myself, which the majority of the time, and the rest of the time it's usually because of a female. We put ourselves in bad positions a lot of times, right? Like even like my little ailments. Those are my fault. So I think, what could I have done differently? I could have not went to the snow. I could have not snowboarded. I could have not hit a tree if I would have just jumped off the board, rolled over, anything. You know what I'm saying? So when I have time to think about that and realize there's nobody to blame, that takes away so much anger and animosity, and you know what I'm saying? You can really keep from being upset and mad at other people. I had just rewatched that Hip Hop Undercover. You did your thing, big dog. Good looking out, man. Appreciate that. It's funny how people are just now seeing it, even though you said you just watched it again. Some people have got at me and said they just now seen it. Kind of reminds me of myself. There's been a lot of movies and hip hop documentaries that I've never seen. And then recently I've seen a few, right? So I get it. Mr. Mac, long drives are therapeutic. Absolutely, Black Warrior Spirit. Absolutely. Well, I mean, you can look at it like that, or you can look at it like, I got to travel anyway. So I could travel with somebody. I can have somebody in the car with me, and then I'll have no self time. I have no time to think to myself. What Suge say the other day? Kelmac will always take something and spin it to a whole different way of thinking and make you think. So yeah, probably is expensive, but if I gotta travel for work, family, funerals, I gotta do it anyway. So I take somebody with me, there's no self-time. So now there's animosity, there's frustration, there's stress that's still gonna be built up in me. So it is what it is, you know what I mean? Man. What is the most useless phrases but necessary for oneself? I don't know, man. You have to ask somebody that's more intelligent than me, or somebody that can remember sayings that they've heard in the past. Do I like Corrupt and Daz Dillinger as far as music or them personally? $6 a gallon in Monterey, California. About 52 cents cheaper in Las Vegas. As far as music, yeah. Yeah, Daz Dillinger and Corrupt, yeah. I don't know anything about Easter other than I was born on Easter Sunday and that rabbits don't lay eggs, man. I haven't spoken to Baby Cat. I don't know if Baby Cat will do an interview. I do know Baby Cat wants a little publicity about his case and that he should be out. He should be out of prison, but I don't know about an interview. I don't know. I used to always write journals, but no, I do not write journals no more, and I don't write poetry. I tried to write poetry. Actually, I did write a little poetry when I was locked up, but like all things, I ended up throwing that stuff in the trash can. Actually, sent them home. Sent them home to my mom. She passed. I came home, and they were still in the house, and then I ended up throwing them away instead of saving them. Or, if I was thinking and I wasn't thinking. Matter of fact, I got a message for young people, but had I been thinking, and for all you young people, you don't know what you're going to do in life, you don't know where you're going to be, or if you're going to be living 30, 40, or 50 years from now, you may want to consider writing things down, recording them, putting them on some type of disc, saving your stuff, because now I look back on it, there's so many things I wish I still had. So much poetry, so many rhymes, um, details of things that was going on in my life, particularly gambling. And I'll never get that stuff back. But I don't save that type of stuff. I do write things down, but I'll end up throwing the stuff away. So for anybody that would do that or considering that, let me say this. You must first have to be a very neat person. Be very neat or be accountable so you know where this stuff is. Keep it in a safe place and always know where it is. Because me, I can do all kind of history, poetry, family stuff, interviews, but guess what? I'm not gonna know where that stuff is, man. I'm not gonna know where to find that stuff. If y'all ask me to go get something, I wouldn't even know where to start looking. So you have to be very neat, be able to keep your stuff compact. But nowadays it should be easier because you got computers, you got hard drives, you got disk. So it should be a lot easier. You won't have a junky room or nothing if you keep it on one hard drive or some CDs, stuff like that. I started off in 1997 putting stuff on floppy disk. And I would start having all these different floppy disks. And I would put little titles on them. But then comes CDs and me moving here and there, me buying Sony computer and then Apples. And then I'm like, what I'm going to do with these floppy disks? And I would just throw them away. So I don't have that stuff no more. I even had a lot of disks with a lot of gang information and old gang documentaries. I may still have those. I just don't know where they at because the last time I moved, I purposely threw a lot of stuff away. I'm looking at a videotape right now that I need to get put in, flipped over into digital right now. But I was able to hold on to some tapes So that was a good thing about me. Videotapes, that is. So that was a good thing about me. I was able to hang on to some videotapes. Robert Lee, what up? Dana, I would even say get a hard drive. I think it's worth how much ever you might pay, $50 to $100 for a hard drive. And I'm talking about one that's not too expensive or too large. Because you never know what might happen with Google, or you never know what might happen to your Google Drive. So, but for now, that's cool. That'll work. KM categorizing and cataloging files is easy peasy, lemon squeezy on. But see, that's what I'm saying. For me, it's not. So for you, it's simple. For me, it is not. I've never been good at that. Let me tell you a story about Mark Moody. My homeboy Moody, I'm in prison with Moody. Matter of fact, I was just talking to Bad Luck from Centown, Trey 57. He knows Moody. He was Moody's bunkie. They share bunks, not the same bunk. For you guys to be thinking a little, a little off. But they share bunk beds, if that's the right term. And so Moody's locker, one day I go to Moody's locker, and you would have never guessed Moody had like 12 photo albums. He had clothes, he had shoes. He had, in a tall, skinny locker. He had food in there, of course, letters. And you would never think somebody could put all that stuff in one little locker. And Moody could do that. My grandmother, when my grandmother passed, I'm not thinking my grandmother got nothing about KevMac, nothing whatsoever. And when we grew up, she had this drawer. It was this drawer in her, what they call the dining room, right? It was like six, let me see, probably 3, 6, and a middle. Now I'm talking about over 40 years. And we weren't allowed to go in those drawers. But when we were sneaking there like kids do, or she would say, go open that drawer and get the scissors out, we would get a sneak peek in there, right? But it's nothing interesting for a kid. So you would never go back in there. It's nothing but papers. Well, when she died and my aunts and uncles opened up those drawers and passed stuff out, I couldn't believe. She had graduation pictures of me. She had pictures of my father, just crazy pictures of my father. Pictures of her coming over to our house. I didn't even grow up remembering her coming over to our house, not inside. Um, she had my high school graduation program. She just had so much stuff. My wedding invitations and stuff like that. And I'm just one person. She had probably 22, 23 grandkids and like 7 kids. I'm just one person. And she had all that stuff in her drawer. So some people are very neat, and that's what I'm saying. Be able to categorize, but also be able to keep your stuff neat and compact. I've never been that way. It's no possible way I could be neat or compact like that. We love Cali, but open this platform up. Well, check this out. Why don't you guys in these other states open your platforms up? See, this is the thing. I don't mind you giving suggestions and stuff. That's fine. But this platform wouldn't be this platform if I do what everybody else want me to do, right? And with that said, when you talking platform, this live stream is for anybody. We didn't have dudes from North Carolina on here. We didn't have dudes from New York on here. We didn't have dudes from Texas on here, Colorado. So I don't know what you mean by opening it up. Like, what do you want? What do you want from these individuals from these different states to do to make this platform appear to be open to you. And again, if you're talking about the other channel, it's obvious why it's not open to every city and every state across America. Check this out. I had a brother tell me, man, don't mess with the New York dudes. Don't do New York. Man, you're going to mess your platform up. I had dudes from New York say, man, don't do Texas. Man, you know LA and New York are a lot alike, right? Well, this is what I try to tell people. If I do Texas and I do New York, right? I'm saying on a large scale, all the gangs in Texas, all the gangs in New York. How do you think dudes in the UK gonna feel? Because the UK hits me up all the time, London especially. How do you think the people in Africa gonna feel? Africa wants to be part of this too now. Um, Trinidad, they want to be a part of this too. How they gonna feel when they see me branching out to other states? They gonna feel like you. So once again, the platform ain't gonna be open to everybody. It's just gonna be open up to America. UK bang, and a lot of them say Crips, and a lot of them say they first seen Crip written on the wall in Germany and London many decades ago. So come on, man. I mean, you can go back and forth with me all you want. I'm just telling you how it is. Like that's really not up for debate. That's really how it is, and that's how it's gonna be. So I just try to do me. I try to do what I know more about and what I really want to learn more about and want other people to learn more about. You feel me? So just paying homage to where it all started, man. Sleepy Rivera, what up, homie? I mean, look, my man want me to visit Egypt, right? I told y'all, and I'll tell y'all again, I can't leave this country until I get rich. I'm locked in, man. I can't go nowhere. Oh, you know what I wanted to tell you guys? Man, Nevada is crazy, or Las Vegas is crazy, or Las Vegas and Nevada is crazy, right? I just did a background check for a company. I just got my background check back right before I came on live. And I open it up. And the first thing I see, because I'm the type that's just going to scroll real quick, and I see case number, case number. My heart dropped like, damn, these got to be federal cases, like open cases, because I've been through that before. I said, these got to be federal open cases. So then I look into the details. Man, how they going to have parking tickets from 2011 and 2012 on my background check? Then they actually got the verdict where I pled guilty. I pled guilty to what's that word? Not absconding, but what do you call that word, man? When you have an outstanding warrant, y'all know what I'm talking about. They got me pleading guilty, guilty, guilty when I have outstanding warrants for traffic. And then it tells you how much I paid and everything. No jail time, just paid the tickets. I'm like, what is that shit? Ain't that shit supposed to go off your record? Like, I never seen that stuff on my record in California after a certain amount of years. We talking about 2011, 2012. So that, yeah, failure to appear. So that's 11, 10 and 11 years ago, man. 10 and 11 years ago. So don't they come off at 11? Is 11 like the max? They should come off this year, right? But that tripped me out. That's actually on my background check. That's real bogus, like super bogus. No, not bench warrants, failure to appear. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow. At least they 10, 11 years old, though, right? But parking tickets, like, how does your parking ticket get on your background check? I didn't even know they trace a parking ticket to an individual like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know, like, I will contest that to this day because I don't remember getting no damn parking tickets unless it was before I sold a car. I may not have paid the parking tickets, but the person that registered the car pays the parking tickets, correct? That tripped me out. Well, I guess failure to appear is a bench warrant. Yeah, I guess so. But it seemed like bench warrants are mostly like for court cases when you don't come to court for a criminal case. Now it comes off. I'm gonna tell you how I know it comes off. Oh, I see what you're saying. No, you're right. If they do a federal check, you're right. You're right. They can go as deep as they want, they'll still be there. You're right. But what I was gonna say was no, they do come off because it stops. My background check stops at 2011. So you know damn well when you go back to 2001 and prior, all that shit would pop up. But no, that's why I say I think they probably go back. Probably comes off after 11 years, maybe sometime this year and next year. I don't know what the hell Nevada got going on though. Law is designed help itself make money, Kev. Actually, this whole world is about making itself make money, right? The whole government, the local government, the the United States government. No, no, I'm gonna tell you some of the ones that kill me. All right, we got time. Okay, we got time. So look, no, it ain't 10 years because 10 years passed, homie. This is 2022. 2011 is 11 years ago. 2012 is 10 years ago. But this is what kills me. Stamps. Stamps always killed me. Like stamps, steady going up, which I understand because post office need to make money. I understand that. But what really kills me is your car. You own your car, right? But you don't really own your car because you still have to pay for registration every year. You still have to pay for insurance on that car. They make you, it's mandatory to have insurance now. You don't really own that car as long as you have to pay it every year. Then the house. You think you own a house, but you have to pay taxes on that house every year, or you lose it after 5 years. That's what's crazy to me too. Then you work. You work and you make money, or however you get money. You gotta pay taxes on that money. Everything is money. The utilities, of course, they need to make money too. But like I talked about cable the other day, man, them prices are too. I don't know if I told you guys, but cable, I cut my cable off the other night, right? Cable, when I woke up the next morning, they actually texting me. Cox Cable never texted me before, and they emailing me. And they're offering me a 40% discount on the bill that I've been paying for almost 2 years. 40% discount. Well, you could just charge your customers that. Like, why overcharge me? You know you overcharge me if you could give me a 40% discount. So I'm like, no, I don't want the cable, man. Keep your 40% discount and go ahead and put my cable like I told you guys to put it. I just need the best Wi-Fi and I'm good with that. Man, remember when we grew up? Like, I know that's a joke. I hope that's a joke. But remember when we grew up, there was a saying, water is free, air is free. Remember that? Remember water's free, air is free? Man, the water ain't free no more. if it ever was free at all. But you go to the gas station, remember? You could use the air for free. Remember that? You could go to the gas station, get all the water you want for free. You remember that? You can't do that no more. You can't do that no more, man. Remember, I remember on, I think that's might be Hyde Park and West Boulevard. I used to go wash my car there for 50 cents. Now I used to could wash my car. I can sit there and wash the car, spray all that hard spray and different hot, warm, all that. Get the soap, do your thing, rinse it off. Man, that thing will cut off on you now. You can't. You better get to putting all the soap and stuff on it first, and then they convince us to drink water, and then they charging you in some places for the plastic. You buy a soda, they charging you for the tin can. So yeah, the whole system is about paying and making money. That's the only way you're gonna keep some people poor. And those that can afford it, those that make a lot of money, it's not an issue. They're not complaining. It's nothing to them. But to a poor person, that means a lot. You go up, somebody making 3 million, 4 million a year. You go up on their rent $100. I mean $1,000, yeah, $100 a month. Man, they don't give a damn. They ain't even gonna know it. Their accountant probably pay their bill, or their wife, or their mama pay the bill. But a broke dude, you going up 100 on this, you going up on my water, you going up on my power, you going up on my storage, you going up on gas price. Man, now you talking about somebody that's in a lot of trouble. Now you talking about a guy that got to wonder, do he still need this phone? Does he still need this plan that he got on his phone? You know what I'm saying? Now you're thinking about, should you wash your car once a month instead of twice a week or on Sundays? What are y'all talking about? K Slay? What happened to K Slay, man? Man, apartments used to let you have utilities free, right? Man, what are y'all talking about, man? What happened to K Slay, man? Oh, he got COVID? Are we sure he got COVID? He died. He died or he didn't die? Y'all want to look it up? Let's see the latest on K Slay. I don't even know who the damn K Slay is. I just know you're a DJ, right? Well, it does say he died 25 minutes ago. Hip hop says they died. Let me see. Share screen. Share screen. All right, let's see this source. The first one that pops up. It said legendary New York City DJ K Slay has passed away following COVID-19 battle. This is Hip Hop DX 25 minutes ago, Easter Sunday, 4 months after being hospitalized. Hip hop lost a real gem, Silk Tails DX. My dear brother is gone. I've known him since he was 16 years old. He was my little brother. I introduced him to many, and we did a lot of things together. We last talked December because we were finishing up the 200 Rolling Deep project. He was going to do his video part with MC Shay Rock. Well, He would show love to the West Coast artists like the Alcoholics. He played real records. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Man, rest in peace. My condolences to the brother, man, and his family. Do you think it would be lucrative for black folks to have their own industry, true network? Lucrative? I don't know about lucrative. I got an issue with our folks trying to be big and successful as a race or a large group because I just see us hating each other, backbiting, undermining each other, stealing from each other, lying to each other. I don't see how that could work, only in a perfect world. And I know, sometimes people say, man, that ain't true. Why you talk about us like that? Well, my thing is, nigga, I'm on a live stream, nigga. I'm on YouTube and I get a bunch of hate, right? I get people from hoods calling other people from other hoods talking about me. I get people talking about how I let one person do this and another person say that. And so I'm like, nigga, imagine if we got something big all across the state or the county or the country. How's that going to work? I mean, I don't see it, brother. And I got pretty decent vision, but I don't see it. I see somebody saying, I got to be at work at 8. I see somebody saying, Mac came in at 8 and 30 seconds. He was 30 seconds late. I see when the washing machine break, I see somebody saying, well, washing machine wouldn't have broke had Mac told that guy not to sit on the washing machine. I just don't see it, man. I'm a person that have always had small things stolen out my house from letting people in my house. I've also been the person that made bad business, meaning I'm the one that probably didn't pay debts or didn't pay debts on time. So I'm included. I'm not excluded from my equation. I don't see it, man. Now, don't get me wrong. I know a few good dudes, but even those few good dudes, most of them got a bad track record. I done seen them beat people. I done seen them steal from people and rob people. So I don't know, man. But yeah, I think it could be lucrative, but I don't think it's possible. I mean, I'm talking the smallest of things. I'm talking about a pair of shoes, a baseball hat, a golf hat, a magazine, a scale, little small things. So could you imagine you run a lucrative business? Like, who's going to run off with the money? Who's going to steal out the safe? Who's going to steal the products that we're selling if there's a product that we're selling? Somebody's going to do it. Man, I'm just saying, man, for real. Just imagine if you had a million subs. It would be nice, but I never wanted a million subs. My high goal was 350,000, and we never got there yet. My small term goal was 150,000. Haven't even got to 150,000 yet. But a million, I'm cool, man. I think the only people that probably are deserving of 1 million viewers would be people that like to keep a mess, celebrities, pretty women, people like that probably will get $1 million before somebody like myself or kevmacvideos. I'm not very interesting anyway. I may have some good stories for y'all here or there, or some good guests here or there, but I don't think I'm interested enough to get 1 million people to follow. And I'm damn sure is hated and a lot of jealousy out there that would help stop me from getting 1 million viewers. I mean, let's remember, I'm the same dude they made videos talking about don't subscribe to KevMac, don't support KevMac, and actually lost viewers. Remember that? I gained a lot back, but actually lost viewers. So remember that. Then you got these young dudes with these small channels that was doing the same thing with the incident where two guys came on here and was arguing with each other. This pest, this little peon goes and make a video talking about don't follow KevMac. And I laughed at first like, man, don't even nobody follow this guy. But then I read the comments and seen quite a few guys talking about, oh, I already unsubscribed. I don't follow him anyway. Or I don't like him no more. Or so come on now. Those are going to be reasons to keep KevMac from getting 1 million, even if we were going to get 1 million subscribers. Well, okay, brother. You up in here. For somebody that want me to talk about other politics, you show up in here. And let me remind you, I once mentioned a city and it wasn't in vain. And somebody made a video scolding me for mentioning their city. So why do I care about mentioning somebody else's city? Why do I care about covering somebody else's city when I say something that's not even in bad taste about a city and people get mad at me? So go on, bro. You could be one of them. I'll give you your walking papers right now. You can go on and leave right now, but yet you still in tune. You still watching. So you can go on and hit your unsubscribe button right now. I welcome you to that because it ain't even worth keep reading your comments. And I'm just being real about that. Like that shit's irritating to me. That's why I need self-time. That's why I need to be by myself. What up, Beach Boss? Long time no see. What's happening with you? Beach Boss, what do you think about Jay-Z calling Eminem a white boy? Did you have a problem with that, Beach Boss? Beyonce not reading comments. You excel every interview. Critics can't keep you down. Good looking out, Miss 702. Good looking out, Lindrick Woodard. Appreciate it. Good looking out, Black Warrior Spirit. I thought about that the other night too. My first night seeing KM in red. Well, go through my catalog, man. I wear red a lot, homie. On these lives. I was talking to Rockhead about that today. Rockhead said he would never wear red in his life. I told Rockhead I'm gonna have to bring him a red hoodie then. He said, I'm never wearing red in my life. What's wrong with red, man? Cartoons said that too. I'm wearing red, homie. I'm wearing red. It's debating, but he did handle Jay-Z on Renegade, degrading. Rockhead is stuck in 88. I think Cartoon is too, man, but I got, I bang the red hoodies, man. I love red, man. Like, here go another one, man. Like, what you talking about, homie? I bang some red, man. What are you talking about? If you never seen KM in red, you don't watch Mac videos. You never seen me in red, homie. You ain't watching Kev videos. You might be watching the wrong channel, homie. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You watching the wrong channels. I wear these red things a lot, man. I don't wear Calvin Klein. Don't what did Run DMC say? Don't wear nobody's name on my behind. That strawberry. Woo, man. See how out of shape I am? Flamed up and cherried up. That's right. That's what's up, Richard Anderson. Good looking out, man. Good looking out. Slide me a 1X. I wear it on Crenshaw and Adams. What up, Skip? All right, I might have a 1X. I might have one. I keep bringing S-Mac a 2X, and he never reminds me. In fact, it's still sitting in my trunk right now. I'm gonna have to find you a red 1X and bring to you. KM, you ever been to San Pedro? Yup. If so, what for? What for? Females. Low riding once or twice, maybe twice. Female quite a few times. I had a couple females that lived in San Pedro. Somebody says, is Skip gonna wear all blue? I've seen Skip in blue, man. See, y'all get it twisted, man. What blood didn't wear blue 501s, man? I mean, he had to be super blood if he never wore blue jeans, man. Or if he went to the penitentiary or went to the county jail and didn't put them blues on, man. He must have went to the hospital and wore brown, or went to the ding module and wore yellow, or worked in the kitchen and wore white. But come on, man, don't get it twisted. Bloods will put on a Boston Red Sox hat, and that sucker will be blue with a red emblem, or it'll be red with a blue and red emblem. Come on, man. Don't do Skip like that. Skip will put blue on. Skip been to jail before. Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing, man. When you go to jail or California prison, you don't have a whole lot of choice, homie. So, I mean, I don't know if it's up to them or not, but it look like you got a blue hat on too, blood. Kev solve this debate in my relationship. Who I look like, Wendy Williams, Dr. Ruth Westheimer? My partner wants me to get Crenshaw up, but I grew up on Crenshaw. Feels touristy to me. Check this out. I could solve that easy. Go on and get Crenshawed up. See, the beauty of being Crenshawed up, you could put on blue, navy blue, royal blue. You could put on red, burgundy, golden blue, yellow blue. You know what I mean? Go on and get Crenshawed up, because ain't nothing wrong with repping where you grew up. It ain't nothing wrong with repping a major street in your community. Ain't nothing wrong with repping Crenshaw. Ain't nothing wrong with it. All the way from Wilshire, all the way down to San Pedro. Ain't nothing wrong with repping it, man. Wait a minute. Hold on, Austin, Texas. You contradicting yourself, homie. You say it's up to that individual. But now they don't have red colors. So it's not up to the individual. It's up to your employer. Or you just not going to wear a hat. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Cause I never seen a blood get off that bus and go to the reception and ask for his red uniform. I mean, you might jump out in a red jumpsuit or something, But you're not gonna put on no red jeans and no red button up with your brown state boots when you get to California prison. Not that I know of, man. I mean, I haven't been to a level 4 though, right? Maybe all the Rips is wearing red uniforms with the Bloods on level 4. I don't know, man, but I highly doubt it. You're talking about your job. I was talking about jail and prison. When your comment came through, I might have been a little late or something. I might be a little slow or something, but I was talking about jail and prison when I seen you make that comment. So the job ain't no different, blood. They charge $2 for air if you're talking, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, we was kids, remember that? And you would go play with the air, remember that? You would go put water, especially like when you were 16, 17 years old. I mean, when in my age bracket. And you go to the gas station because you probably didn't have money for radiator coolant, or you probably had a little leak in your radiator, and you just pull up to the gas station and fill it up with water, or your car overheating and you just put the water in there and let it run so long that your engine cool down and your radiator cool down. You remember that? Can't do that no more, boy. They be charging that. So all that free air, free water shit I heard when I was a kid, that's just gone. That's just out the window. Sir Woods, you a little smarter and a little more patient. But I can tell you all of them not going to turn it on. Some of them might. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He going to bang his blue beanie in his profile picture. Like he got his work picture on, let y'all know he employed. But then $2.99 is too much for him. And he can't watch cable because he's looking for Hip Hop Uncovered on YouTube damn near 2 years later. Man, what kind of job you got, homie? Del Taco on the West Coast paying $19 an hour, homie. They paying $19 at Del Taco now, man. He said Lowe's got free air. I heard the hell out of that. He said you got to get air from tire shops for free. Hey, man, in LA, now this is kind of a joke, right? Just a little joke. Might be a little racist too, though. Man, you go down Slauson and you try to pull up to a tire shop and get some air. Yeah, 2 or 3 dudes gonna run out and they gonna want to put that air in your tire. They gonna want to check for leaks and all that. And guess what? They gonna be standing there waiting for a tip too. Like they expect you to give them $5. They expect you to pay for their lunch because they just gave you some free air that's not their shop and they not the owner, right? He said $24 at Target. I'll be there in the morning. I'll be there in the morning. In and out is up to 22 an hour. I remember a long time ago, maybe about 17 years, maybe. Something like that, about 17 years ago. I said, damn, man. I went to In and Out over there, like on Venice, West LA somewhere. And they was paying something high. I don't remember the number, so I'm not gonna throw no number out there. But they were paying a nice number. And I was still hustling. And I said, damn, I could stop hustling now. The way they paying it In and Out, and now you telling me they paying 20 something now, I believe that. Because they was paying high back then. 17 years ago they was. Oh yeah, CDL's where the money at. But I'll tell you something else, homie. Because you talking about commercial driver license. That's what everybody's getting into. That's what a lot of the old hustlers are into. That's what the young hustlers are into now. I'm not talking about the smash and grab dudes or the robbery crews. I'm talking about legit dudes, right? But I just got schooled on some game. You don't even need a CDL to drive them trucks. That's just a little bit smaller than the ones everybody drive. My partner just bought a truck. He ain't got no license. He told me I could drive it. Anybody can drive it. I'm like, how was that? And he told me the wheels, the amount of wheels, because the truck is just as large as what everybody else driving, but probably 4 tires shorter or something, 2 tires or 4 tires short. So you don't even need a CDL to do that, and you can make the same runs. And so I just got hip to that. Now I'm looking different at that now. Especially if my brother get out, I'm like, man, if I could get him a truck before he get out, he have a job as soon as he get out. Go work on his own time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, CDLs is the way to go, but you also don't need just CDL. What you really got to do is be motivated and be able to get up and go out and work every day. See, that's why all these lifers getting out and not going back to prison, because they are so happy to have a good job. They so happy to be able to cash a check or get a wire to their bank account, because in prison, man, 13 cents an hour. Some dudes worked for free. You know what I mean? And so after 35, 40 years, 42 years, they come home and see a real check. Man, they ready to go get that check every day. That's why the recidivism rate is so small for lifers. It's so tiny. It's like 2.6% or something like that. Yeah, you got to stay motivated, man. And the good thing about a lot of dudes that come on from prison, they still be in shape. They still come on. They have their strength. They have their posture. You know what I'm saying? They still have their wind, so they could come home and they can do jobs that require lifting. You know what I mean? Waking up is no problem for them in the morning. They already used to getting up 4:30, 5 o'clock every morning. I joke with a lot of my homies that done prison time, and I'll call them and be like, "Man, I know you up." And they be like, "Man, I'm laying down." I'll be like, "Man, you ain't on prison time no more, fool." Every one of them laugh because they know damn well if they was in prison, they would have been up at the town hall getting that breakfast and that snack lunch at work, or going to get a trade, going to school, going to clean their yard, do something, right? That box truck is good, turkey. 2K every 10 days, including the weekend. Absolutely. What did my homie tell me? I want to say my homie told me he'll be making 2,400 a week. I believe in the numbers he told me. $2,400 a week. I said, oh man, you're gonna pay for that truck in no time. Truck be paid off real quick. Only thing gonna hurt is insurance. My man said you gotta be careful hiring cats who've been to prison though. I don't know your background, Noodles Capone. I don't know who you know. I don't know what you know, but I will tell you a little something. That's who's driving all the trucks now. All the dudes that been to prison. All the ex big time hustlers. All the dudes that done did a lot of time in prison. The dudes with 7, 8, 9, 10 felonies. So why do you have to be careful? Them dudes ain't stealing. They taking a truck back to the yard. They want their check every week. Why do you have to be careful? Did you just let me know that you got something against felons? Did you just let me know you really don't care about gang members? Are you one of them that think that we can't change? Why do we have to be careful, homie? I'm just asking, homie, because that's who they hiring. They have short tempers. Oh, that's all right. You ever ran across a redneck in the country? If you haven't, let me tell you, they got short tempers. What the heck? I work construction, and felons are just like everybody else. They are human. They just need an opportunity, just like the rest of us. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go, man. I'm gonna go, man. I'm gonna save some time for tomorrow or something, y'all. But breadwinners, I'm about to go give y'all some picks. So y'all have your picks early in the morning because it's a baseball game at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I want to make sure I give y'all that pick. Breadwinners, be sure to check in, man. I'm about to give y'all picks, man. I'm about to go live and go over the picks for tomorrow. So where we at on baseball, y'all? We're 11-6 on baseball. 11-6 on baseball. All of those are not sides. Some of those losses are totals. But overall, so let's just say 11-6 with like 23-2 or something like that. Remarkable record. Remarkable. But I'm on it. Y'all take it easy, man. Thanks for tuning in, listening to me. What up, Big Devil? Wait, what Big Devil say? I got out on January 18th, 2002. Started working in February and became permanent April. Been there ever since. That's 20 years. 20 years to date. Good looking out, Devil, man. Congratulations, man. That's how long I've been out. I've been out 21 years with no arrests. Y'all take it easy. Peace.